Hi Pisces, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading, and this week we are looking at career and finances, seeing what's happening for you. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate your support. Every single little bit does really help the channel keep on going. So thank you for that. This week I have the Power of Love Oracle that we're getting a bit of an overview with. When it comes to career, I have the Jester Lenormand, and then green means money. So we're going with the Tanis Lenormand for finances. Okay, so I love how the green means money thing is actually an American thing, but here in Australia, our $100 notes are also green. So it actually resonates for us as well here in Australia. Okay, getting into it for you. I do apologize for any sniffling or coughing, ongoing sinus issues here. But Pisces, what does Pisces need to know in regard to career and finances? Career and finances for our Pisces. Seeing some lovely energy for you here, Pisces. Firstly, we've got creativity. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. So being a little bit creative with the career and the way that you're approaching your finances at the moment. There may be the need to, come up with a new idea on how to do something, be a little bit more innovative with the way that you're, approaching your work, even if it is just a sort of mundane sort of job, approaching that with a little bit of flair and creativity. We also have present. You live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. So really focusing on what's going on right here, right now, with your career and finances. So, not focusing about, oh, last week this happened, and so, this week's going to be all about that. Next week I'm working towards this. Really focusing on what I'm doing right here and right now, and not allowing the past or the future to sort of drag you negatively one way or another. That's allowing you a lot of freedom. Okay, you are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. So being very open, I do feel for a lot of you that's financial freedom here, and understanding that you may be releasing some self-imposed restrictions on yourself financially, some limitations that you've placed on yourself. I am just getting this this sense of, in the past you may have been very muchly saying, I'm not someone who can afford that sort of a thing. I can't do this sort of a thing because, finances. And you're kind of taking those limitations off yourself, and sort of saying to yourself, I can do whatever I want. It's just a matter of, planning it well, living in the moment and doing what I want, and finding the freedom to, if I truly want to do something, I will find the finances to be able to do that. It is drawing me to tell you here, Pisces, about, as a lot of you would know from, if you do watch the channel, I did go overseas earlier in the year. In January, I went to Bali, and prior to that trip, I didn't even have a passport. Okay, I actually honestly thought that traveling overseas is probably something I'm never going to do. I had a lot of, I would love to go here. I would love to go here. There's still a lot of places in the world that I really would love to travel. But, I kind of had this limitation just in my own head that, I've never seen myself in a financial position to actually be able to go ahead and do it. Whereas some things happened out of the blue and I went overseas for the very first time. I loved it. So now I'm very much like, sky's the limit, guys. I'm not going to allow things to stop me in the future, especially, self-imposed limitations, telling myself, oh, I could never afford to go here and do that or have this experience. I managed to afford all of it. Even on a very, very limited budget, I still somehow managed it. It's kind of put me back to square one now when I need to get a new car at the moment. But I'm living in the present. We'll deal with that when it pops up. So it was well and truly worth it. And now that I am sort of living in the present, I'm not feeling any regret to that past where I spent all my money in Bali. I'm just, you know what? I do need a new car now. I'm going to make it work one way or another. So living in the present, not worried about, that past financial stuff affecting my present, because I'm just focusing on, no, what do I need to do right here, right now in order to make that happen for myself? So I feel like that's a really good example for you here, Pisces, of what's going on with that freedom energy for you, removing those limitations that you've put on yourself when it comes to money. Okay, Pisces. What's going on for Pisces with work and career? Job and career for our Pisces. And even if you're not working per se, Pisces, this just sort of shows us, we'll see what comes out, because sometimes it does show through, potential career options. Sometimes it does show through, aspects that are heavily your day-to-day kind of thing, whatever you're dealing with on the day-to-day kind of basis. When I wasn't working at my previous location, I actually found my career readings would speak about my neighbours and things like that, so, and my house situation. So just keep that in the back of your mind there, Pisces, if you aren't, seeking job, career. Okay, job and career, Pisces. And just one more to clarify that third card, please. Firstly, we have the fish, Pisces, or the sharks in this deck, the fish. That has come out with the fox, okay? So I am reading those two together because the fish in itself does just talk about abundance. It refers us to the financial side of things. So whatever you're working towards here, you're really focusing on, living in the present. I've got to go to work and make that money. You're focusing on creating more abundance around yourself here, but you're doing it in a very clever kind of a way here, using your intelligence to see you through. What do I need? How much money do I need to survive this week? Your personal survival at the front and center of your work for you at the moment here. So really being very smart about that, doing what you need to do, saying what you need to say in order to see yourself through into a more abundant position. This is coming through with your career, but it's coming through just a little bit more generally here as well. So it may be, there's nothing, when I'm seeing that sort of energy, it's obviously, your career, there's nothing huge and important flashing out at me. So it's just going to talk about the more general side of things, for you here, Pisces. But I do see something coming through here. We do have the letter, which was clarified by the ship. Okay, so maybe this is why I used that example at the start for you here, Pisces, because the ship generally does talk about travel. Okay, so some of you may literally be getting some sort of news coming in, some sort of communication about, Pisces, can you come travel with me here? Can you, put some money aside so that we can go here, do that? It may not be a huge distance, but for some of you, it could actually be overseas. Sometimes we do see overseas with the ship energy there. But you are getting some sort of communication. I feel like it's some sort of request pending is what I'm kind of seeing here, that Pisces, travel this distance, come here and visit this thing or person or me even, them, you may be wanting, someone may be wanting you to come visit them from a distance there as well. I do feel as though this is why we're really focusing on, just creating that abundance flow so that we are able to do things like go on little holidays or, weekends away and things like that. That it's really giving me that energy that, there is something coming up where it's, you're not so much focusing on work at the moment. You're focusing on where that can get you with your money. Pardon me. So definitely seeing some travel here. For others of you, this may be communication from afar. So, if especially for those of you who do maybe have your own business and things like that, it does talk about things like communicating with overseas clients or clients that are at a distance. That we do see, just bland facts. We see communication and distance. Okay, so for some of you, it definitely could be communicating, with long distance clientele or other departments that you're having to work alongside and things like that. Sometimes when I see that sort of combination, it would really talk about online communication as well. So like shooting off emails to the head office and receiving more instructions from head office, and that may be playing a bit of a role for you at the moment within your career as well. But just some sort of communication about distance or from a distance. So for some of you, it's communication about going a distance, and others of you, it's from a distance. So it's like what I was just sort of saying, that you may be communicating with, co-workers from afar, that kind of a thing. It's not, the energy is not really, it just seems to be that you're very focused on just doing what you need to do, getting ish done. If that's day-to-day sort of 9 to 5 sort of thing, you're just doing what you need to do to get to where you want to be, and to allow yourself this freedom financially in the future. So, you're really just focused at the present and just getting through, doing what needs to be done. So nothing hugely dramatic coming through here, Pisces, but we'll have a look at the financial side of things. Okay, finances. What does Pisces need to know in regard to finances? Just one more for Pisces and finances, please. Pisces, a lot of you, this is definitely some sort of travel coming up for you, that you're, working towards being able to travel. Once again, I have the letter, communication, news on the way, some sort of paperwork, invitation or documentation coming towards you, wanting to really, like I can even sort of get the vibe here that it's not actually a passport, but that looks like a passport stamp, so I'm seeing a lot of paperwork stuff here, contracts being signed, communicating about where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I feel like a lot of you may be traveling soon, or starting to, consider traveling and think about traveling, and start putting money away to travel and things like this. The next card we have is the Clover. Taking a risk, good fortune surrounds you. So that's actually, one of the best cards to see when it comes to your financial situation, because it does talk about good luck surrounding you. And it does talk about, good luck with your investments, things like that, taking a bit of a chance. So I do feel that, once again, I am feeling straight away, I'm just getting this energy that this is travel related for a lot of you here. So, I do feel as though good fortune surrounds you. So you're going to be able to book the flights cheaply. You're going to be able to, book the hotel nice and cheap, and everything just sort of falls into place. You've got a lot of good luck. It's like you pick that 4-leaf clover and everything just falls into place for you. You're taking a chance. Do you know what? I've decided I'm going to spend this amount of money on this travel, and boom, everything fits into that budget really nicely for you. It's feeling like there's a very smooth kind of action coming with it too. I am getting the Mountain coming through next, which does normally talk about obstacles or delays, but I'm not actually getting that from this Mountain energy today. It is talking to me literally about the mountains, going up into the mountains, going somewhere like in the mountains, where like a little like a little cabin in the mountains, a cabin in the woods, or for some reason Canada is coming through here. Um, I'm just literally seeing mountains. It's not really talking to me about its normal, traditional keywords aren't really blaring out a lot here. There may be some delays, but they're resolved very quickly. With any delays that you do experience, any obstacles that you do experience with this, resolved super quick. We have the rider here as well, which is super quick energy. So it's definitely, any obstacles that you might face, they're getting resolved. Like, oh, here's an obstacle. Oh, bang, there's a way to fix it. Here's a delay. Oh, bang, there's a way to fix that. It's kind of instantaneous energy here. I do feel as though for a lot of you, this is actually going to the mountains, going on a holiday to the mountains, or somewhere in the mountains, or having to cross mountains, or something along those lines. Very interesting. With the rider there too. Yeah, this is a bike on this particular deck. And I am sort of seeing someone on a bike going through the mountains. So I am getting that it may be like some of you may be traveling specifically to like a bike race of some sort. Or going somewhere where there is mountains and a lot of bikes. I nowhere's really coming to mind. Oh, is it France that has a lot of bicycles? Like the French Alps, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere exciting anyway. It's got a very exciting energy with it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not really getting any of that negative energy that sometimes comes through with that mountain energy. So, your persistence is paying off here. Your hard work is paying off. And anytime you are hit with any obstacles coming through financially, you're able to, get over those obstacles super quick and, deal with those really quick. And for a lot of you, even seeing, oh, good news that obstacle popped up, because then that means that we can do this instead, and that works out even better. That kind of energy. So even if this is not travel for you, we are seeing a lot of good luck on your side financially. You being able to overcome any financial obstacles like really, really quickly, and getting back up on that bike and pedaling off into the distance really quickly. And good news. Obstacles actually bringing good news for you. If there are any obstacles or delays, it's kind of like it's happening for a reason. It's all working out in your favor. Can't complain with that, Pisces. So that's what we have for you today. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon.